Welcome to this is the first Isola sessions, our interview series. We're here with Ben Carrtoons. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Doing all right, man. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you for having me, man. What a blessing.
Yeah, man. I found out about your music in 2020 through Erin Allen Kane, the singer. She had sent me.
Shout out.
Yeah, she said, "You gotta check out Carrtoons." And I'm like, "Oh, this is dope." And I reached out and asked for some beats, and you sent me some beats, and I got a bunch of unfinished freestyles over your beats.
I love it. I love it, man.
In 2020, how was that for you? That's when a lot of things started to take off?
Yeah, man. You know, I always tell people, like, you know, I took a job as a dishwasher a week before COVID.
Damn.
And then I just didn't have to go because I started making a lot of videos, and that restaurant just didn't open for a while, and, you know, people were just all on their phones at the same time, and I decided I wanted to gear up.
Yeah.
And, you know, finish what ended up being Saturday morning at that time. I had that and this like beat tape of remixes I was doing called Flips that I was like, I just need to finish these two things now that I have a little bit of time. And I'll just post what I'm working on as much as I can. And then stuff started kind of magically working out. I was trying to do my best at that time to like try to help somebody that was working on music every day. Like even if it wasn't for money or whatever, just like try to do a little bit in service of somebody else every day, and then try to do my own thing. And that was always like spiritually kept it a little less like this is all about me.
Right.
And yeah, I felt like that might have gotten some good karma or something. And since then, you know, the records have been doing really well.
So there's an alternate reality where if COVID didn't happen, you would be, I mean, I guess you'd be at least assistant manager or general. You would have up in the restaurant world, but you wouldn't still be a dishwasher.
I like to think I'd be like a busboy by now at least. I'm very bad at stuff like that though, to be honest. I'm not a very skilled person, like when it comes to anything outside of music.
Yeah. Have you worked in restaurants before?
Yeah, I was terrible at it. I worked at a deli actually after college, and I was a delivery guy. Wasn't very good at that. I worked at Macy's at the maternity department.
The Macy's?
Yeah, I wasn't very good at that either. So
did Macy's have the credit card going back then?
You know, I feel like they were onto the credit card scam by the time that I worked there.
Yeah.
You know, they like kind of knew what was up. There was mostly, the biggest issue for me was rats at Macy's, if I'm being honest.
Which Macy's was it?
The one in Herald Square.
Damn.
Yeah, they got a lot of rats there.
Yeah, it's New York. Everybody got it.
It's like, it's a lot though.
Damn. Hey, Macy's. Hey, Macy's.
They're running over the clothes and stuff. Don't shop there.
They keep the turkey down there. They keep the turkey for the parades down there, man.
Yeah,
Macy's, get it together.
Come on, Macy's.
Got the new album, man.
Yes, sir.
The new album, dog. I listened to it. I gave it the two listens. I haven't got it to the car.
The car listening is important though.
But I got headphones and I got big speakers. And so I'll next time I'm driving, I'll give it a listen also. It's a good album, man.
Make sure you text me while you're driving.
Yeah. it's a great album, man. It's well put together.
I really appreciate it.
Well put together album. It flows. No low points really. Like it just is consistent. How long did you work on it for?
I mean, probably like 2 years.
Yeah.
This was probably the longest it's taken me to finish a project in a while. This is the most collaborative thing I've done though, and I kind of knew that going in, that I wanted to like reach out to the most people I've ever reached out to, and you know, just try to set up a bunch of people that I really like. You know, just try to set them up for a home run basically, and you know, it just felt like the right time to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of dope features on there. And everybody sounded good, and there's space for them to work. We got Jazzy Jeff on the intro.
Yes, sir.
And then Halle Supreme on the second track, and then second to last track. Man, Halle is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Halle has become a true blessing in my life, man. One of the dopest singers and one of the best people around. Yeah. So, you know, and you guys work together too.
Yeah, we worked together on a couple tracks.
Yeah.
And a couple
oh yeah, he made the beat for one of them too.
He made the beat for a Knee Brace.
From the back of my knee brace.
Paradox, also.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know he's a great producer too.
Yeah,
you know,
producer, man.
did amazing production on the songs on the record too. You know, like sent me a vocal that was pretty close to what we ended up using.
Oh yeah.
You know, as far as like the effects and stuff, he's an underrated dude.
So you were sending out tracks with some people in studio with you? And,
Yeah, some people were in studio, but you know, some like Ray Khalil lives in LA, so
Okay.
it's always harder to track her down. But like Wiki, we got together in person in New York. A good amount of, you know, anybody I can get in person, I will.
How many songs did you record for it?
We probably did twice as many as
Twice?
are on it. Yeah, I mean, at least. Like in the past, I've probably made like 100 demos per record, but this was probably a little bit less.
Okay.
This is probably a little bit less, to be honest. And I was trying to like finish stuff and not be as like, oh, I'll come back to that, and then just never come back to it. I was trying to finish the things while they were hot and while they were
finished
good.
them in like within a couple days or a week of starting?
Yeah, especially the instrumental part, I would try to get further this time than usually. Honestly, this record for me was like just studying Quincy Jones's workflow, things that people have said about, you know, the alpha state and stuff that's like important about him.
Yeah. What is that workflow?
Sometimes I was waking up, you know, recording stuff at 2 a.m. You know, I recorded a lot of stuff later at night than usual on this record, and I took a lot of mushrooms while I was making them.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to get outside myself a little bit, tried to like get out of my head a little bit. Mostly microdosing, not like tripping balls and trying to play music. For me, that's not a vibe at all. But you know, microdosing and making a lot of, you know, I think the first 6 tracks probably made microdosing.
Joanna's on there
Yes, sir.
singing. How long you all known each other?
I know Joanna since high school. I kind of like found her through a couple friends, and she went to the high school next to mine, and she had dated a friend of mine who was a bass player. So we connected, like just wanted, you know, was going through like a deep soul Motown phase at that time. And you know, when I first heard her voice, I was like, wow, this is somebody that lives in my area that can sing like this. I can't believe it. Like, we gotta connect. And send her a MySpace message at the time. And we've been making music ever since. So, you know, we had a band for a while called Mad Sada for like 6-7 years. You know, open for Thundercat at the time. We're like, you know, felt like we were on the way. But, you know, music is a long journey. And it took a long time to kind of find my way and to start Carrtoons later and to do all that. So,
what happened with that band, or why that?
you know, we were an 8-person band, and I think you know, large projects are really hard to do. I mean, just I think it's really that simple, you know. But luckily, you know, me and Joanna have been making music this whole time still, and you know, I'm still friends with a good amount of the dudes in the band, and you know, music morphs over time.
Right.
And you know, I was lucky that was like the jumping off point for us, and now it's been over like 15 years we've been making music. So I think when we get on stage together, people can kind of feel the vibe, and it's got a family vibe to it that you can't really fake. You know, you just gotta be on those long road trips together, and all that. So and Julia, you know, similar story, you know, where she actually sang backgrounds in that band. So, you know, she joined us later in the process, but she's also been singing with me for like 10 years. Luckily, people have given me a chance as a solo artist. I really never had any idea I was going to do that. I was really just going to produce for other people and make beats under the name Carrtoons. It wasn't like, I had no real plan on releasing music at first. But then I had a bunch of stuff I was working on that wasn't going to go anywhere, so I just decided I was going to start putting it out. So. And then, you know, I couldn't believe that you had heard Carrtoons Volume 3. Like, that really blew my mind, because, like, you know, those first 3 things I put out were really to radio silence at the time. So it really meant a lot to me to hear that you had even heard that at all and liked it. And
I go back when I found out about somebody.
Man.
I'm like, what the hell else going on back?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But no, if you heard the old band with Joanna, you definitely hear some similarities of things I'm working on now. But you know, it was also a very collaborative project, so everybody was doing their own thing. I was just a very small piece of that, really.
Sure. How was that show in the Salt Shed show in Chicago?
Man, that was great. That's a great venue in Chicago. Shout out to those guys. They have like one of the cooler event spaces I've ever seen. But that was a really amazing show. That lineup with JD and Domi, Bad Not Good, Thundercat. I was just lucky to be there, honestly. Like, just felt like I've never played a show like that where I listened to all the artists on the bill.
Right.
And there was like 3 like that, so it was really cool. All the people were very cool in the bands, and you know, really one of the best shows we've had. And shout out to Haile, who made it in maybe like 10 minutes before we played, because he had got stuck at the airport all night, slept at Newark Airport, had one of those classic rough nights.
Yeah.
Showed up with a smile on his face and killed it, man. So, you know,
dope, man.
a true professional.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that show. I think I was gigging or something. Or, yeah, I couldn't.
You're out here, man. You're doing your thing.
Yeah, but that was one, you know, that was one where I was like, oh, that's, some shows are shows, but some shows you're like, okay, I can catch that or something like that again. That was one where I'm like, oh, it's hometown too, my hometown, so I wanted to, you know, that was a good lineup right there. That was a dope lineup, man. Did you adjust the bass sound for this one at all, or did you?
I would say like I use more pedals and stuff in general.
Yeah.
Use like a little more processing. Like the homegrown record is like made with a Scarlett interface with like no outboard stuff. There's no fancy stuff going on. Where we really went in on the production of this and used a lot of tape machines. You know, went into Electric Garden to, you know, finish some of this. Went into Dimension 70, my friend's studio, to finish some of this. And just, you know, shout out to my friend Josh Pleater, who like does most of this production and you know, engineering with me about once the songs are done. We kind of sit down for a month or two, you know, workshop some of the mixing and, you know, sometimes even the arrangements. And yeah, you know, spent a lot of time trying to get the mixes right on this one. So
sound clean.
Yeah, thanks, man. You know, and just, you know, trying to make it better than the last one. You know, and I'd felt that, you know, the last record didn't quite connect the way I wanted the last one to. So it was also like, all right, cool. Let me go back to drawing board here and like just try to be bigger and better than ever. You know.
When I first got my studio together in LA, I had a Scarlett, and for me, I'm like, I got her in. You supposed to get her interface? You got her interface. And little did I know, folks started coming through like, what's this, man? What's this going? Like people that were real audiophiles or sound, they like, no, you gotta get the Apollo, man. You gotta get the Apollo, man. What is this right here?
I mean, they're kind of right, but at the same time, like music is music. You'll just spend a lot less time trying to make it good sound good after the fact.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, you know, I think that's the idea. Like, there's definitely, we recorded stuff with a little more intention this time, you know, and like trying to do less in the mixing, like not like, oh, this bass sounds like actually wrong. Let's try to fix it. It's like, this sounds good. How do we make it better? Type shit.
You think the people at Scarlett
get
man. Sensitive about that?
I think the people at Scarlett are probably quite sensitive, but I gotta say, they make great stuff.
So for the show, you got these shows, 3 shows here at Isola.
I can't wait, man.
I'm hyped, man. It's gonna be our first 3-night residency. We haven't done one. We wanna start having maybe one a month, one every couple months or so. You know, wanna have artists get comfortable and try. What's the plans for these shows? You got, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna try to have a couple special guests.
Yeah.
Not sure if I'm allowed to say them on camera or not, but Haile is gonna be opening. He's also gonna be singing in the band for a couple songs.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I'm bringing out the band that was playing Tiny Desk basically, without the string section, because that would be kind of a whole other thing. But you know, we're bringing out a guitar player for this run too. Great producer friend named Relier, who's, you know, hopefully gonna add a great little thing to it. And Kiefer's also gonna be playing keys.
Oh shit, Kiefer's gonna be here?
Yeah, Kiefer's gonna be on the whole tour, so, which is kind of one of the reasons we know each other, I feel like, through Kiefer, because a while ago, I just missed you at his birthday party, and then he was making beats with you at like the same time I was.
Yeah,
and
Kiefer had a.
it's kind of all the same little scene, I guess. But I've just missed you a million times. I saw you at the airport like 6 months ago with Kiefer.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, what up?
Yeah, well, I was headed to somewhere running late. Y'all were chilling in the corner. That's gonna be a great show, man.
Man, it's good. I'm so excited for this one. I mean, I've never been able to do a 3-day residency before. So thank you for the opportunity for that. And, you know, it's just going to be a hell of a show, man. Release week vibes is always the best. And I feel like we're going to be really, the timing of this is perfect. And yeah, we're just going to be able to, you know, ride the wave for that weekend.
What's been your other release weeks? What have you done? You done shows? Or is there, you celebrate? Do you go?
It's always a little weird. It's always a little surreal when music comes out. It's always like, often it's just like me and my wife in the crib, and I'm like, yo, it's midnight. Oh shit. But you know, we're trying to make it special this year. In the past, we've kind of like dropped the ball on getting the dates right for the album release shows. Like, you know, we do the show before the album actually drops. Yeah, I think for Homegrown, we did the show on 4/20, but the album came out on the 22nd or something like that. So, you know, which is always a little tough. So I'm glad that people get a couple of days to at least sink in with the music, and then hopefully, you know, people will have some familiarity when they come that weekend, and we're gonna turn up, play some old shit, play some new stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a listening on day of.
That would be fire.
Yeah, we do a listening on the day of, so people can come in.
Pre-game a little bit if they want.
Yeah, and we get that going. All right, this new segment, we'll put up some graphics. This is Carrtoons roulette right here. And I'm about to play some, we'll talk about it later, but this one right here.
One heart and 2 eyes, 42 pieces in a whole lot of lies. One love realized.
So the idea that you were about 2 years after this track being out, you were about to wash dishes is crazy. This sounded like it sounded like a real big, that sounded like a big song.
Oh,
it is
man.
a big song. It's just, you know what I mean? Like it has that.
Man, shout out to Cam Galpin, who I wrote that song with. And we were actually working at the Heatonist warehouse. I don't know if you know that hot sauce company through Hot Ones.
Yeah.
And, you know, he got me that job, beautiful guy, and we were hanging out a lot of the time. And yeah, I was bugging him to make some music. Thought he was so talented, still do, amazing guy. And, you know, I think that might be the only song we ever finished, honestly. But, you know, such an amazing talent, like awesome voice. One of the, you know, my friends that all went to Berkeley around the same time as me. I didn't go to Berkeley, but I was went there to visit a lot. And Cam was always a guy that people were talking about. And, you know, I was glad we got to make that song. You know, it's still, it's amazing that you love it, and it's like still, you know, music is so timeless in a crazy way.
People find it when they find it.
People find it when they find it, man. And yeah, I'm hopefully someone else will find it through this.
I think they will, man. I think that can still do its own thing and go off.
Yeah, you might be right, man.
Catch the vibe again. I told you what I gotta do. You know I'll be right here with you, and I promise that I'll be right.
Natural fade out, I like it.
This one called Been on the Run.
Yes.
Who's that on vocals?
That's me.
That's you?
That's me singing on that song.
Couldn't help being this way, baby girl, till you fix me up. But you
because they're like, "Who's the feature on this? Why didn't you credit them?"
I was about to say.
And on that record, I was trying to explore being my own feature a little bit on a couple songs.
Yeah.
And singing the lead on a couple songs, which is always interesting for me. I'm a singer by trade, but I love like pitched up vocals like that. I love like little kid sounding vocals. And I was listening to a lot of Tyler, the Creator at the time.
Okay.
Which was kind of inspiring me to use, a method that I think Prince made famous with Vari-Speed, where, I'm singing the whole song in a lower key, slowed down, and then pitch it, speed it back up, so it kind of sounds like that. And I was kind of doing that to the whole track, actually, in a lot of these, so really just going crazy with like tape speeds and stuff like that. And yeah, I prefer how I sound like with the pitched up than my normal like very white voice I got here. So yeah, that's always been one of my favorite tracks I ever made. So I love that one.
Dope, man. Dope. All right, we're gonna go to.
Coming at you live from upstate New York. Carrtoons.
Yeah, shout out to Devon, DJ Harrison, one of my heroes, really. To me, one of the more prolific beat makers and musicians of my generation. Anybody that's not already a fan of him or Butcher Brown, get on that immediately if you like the kind of music that I make. Devon, yeah, I mean, his music to me is always spiritual. It's like transcendent in some kind of way. So I was honored that he's willing to play on that track. I had recorded my own piano solo originally, and muted it after a couple months, and I said somebody else needs to do this, and Devon was kind enough to bless me, and just sent me one take. That was that. So it's one of those things.
That's
where
dope.
sometimes remote music making can be beautiful like that.
Yeah.
I don't need a lot. It's like just do what you do on this track and send it to me, and that's cool with me.
Yeah,
So,
that's gotta. Yeah, I guess the remote, cause you don't. It can feel like magic almost.
yeah.
When you just send it and you didn't have to. You waited, but you're not there.
It is magic,
Yeah.
especially when
If
it's quick.
especially when it's good. Yeah. When it's like, oh wow.
Yeah, and when it's similar to what you thought it was going to be, and that doesn't always happen. But I felt like I knew Devon and his music well enough to know that would be in his wheelhouse and that he would just kill that.
Dope.
So
Yeah, shout out DJ Harrison,
Yeah,
Butcher
man.
Brown.
that's a dope solo. Yeah, man.
Those keys too.
Yeah, that's definitely another good example of tape speed. Like, we made a song that was quite slow, like maybe 20, 30 BPM slower than that. And at the end of the session, I just kind of hit the tape button of sorts and said, "What do you guys think of this shit?" And they were like, "This is way cooler than what we've been doing all day."
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, I love what we've been doing. That's cool. You guys can have that. But this is dope. I love this. I love this, the way this sounds. It, like we were saying, I love pitched up vocals in general, chipmunk sound and stuff. Pressure. That one's taken off randomly, Spotify, I feel like, has got kind of a mind of its own as far as what songs take off when.
Yeah.
Like, I just wasn't even looking, and then the other day I saw they had 17 million streams. I was like, what?
Damn.
That's crazy. Because that was like an afterthought. That was the last one we made for that record. I think that and Be There For You weren't on Homegrown initially when I submitted it. And then because they were taking so long to print the vinyl, I was able to resubmit it all. Because they didn't do it yet. And like 2 months after I submitted the record, I changed it. And luckily they let me do that because those ended up being two of the bigger songs and two of the songs that I like the most too, whether they're big or not. Like two of the songs that just mean a lot to me, so.
Yeah, man.
You never know.
You never know. As long as you're not saying the year and the date on there.
It's true. Yeah, some of the 90s rap stuff is tough.
It's some references in old music where they start, they talk about basketball players. It's still when they like talk about some specific, Sean Bradley.
You hear like Larry Bird's name, you're like, damn.
Yeah, just random. But it's still, that's dope, man. So it's on more playlists, or is it
that one's just
somebody's hitting?
I don't know. Yeah, some evil genius is hitting the play button back there. I'm convinced Spotify's all bots anyway, so I don't really take too much time thinking about all of it. But as far as the numbers are concerned, I don't know. You can't get too caught up in any of that. Who knows who's listening to shit? Because I'll do numbers of like, oh man, I have this many fans there, and I'll play there, and nobody's there. So I don't think that shit's right.
I think, and I'm going to bring this up to bands in town. So I was looking at my bands in town, and it shows the markets. So it had LA as my top market, which I think is weird. And I think it'd be New York. But then my second market is someplace called Kingsman, Kansas.
Damn.
But I don't. But
Have they convinced you to play there yet?
I look up Kingman, Kansas. It said I had 5,000 fans in Kingman, Kansas. But then I go to I Google Kingman, Kansas. That place has 2,600 people. And some of those are babies. And some of those are old folks. I need answers. Kingman, Kansas is before Chicago for me. That's a glitch. You took me out of interview mode. Sorry, it's not about me.
That's all right, man. Sorry,
I've been being a good interviewer. I've been trying to not go into regular, yeah. Oh, I forgot this is a beer list on the other side, so I can't do that. I didn't use regular paper. Shout out to Giant Hard Tea. Maybe we'll carry you guys. If not, here you go. Take that.
Free ad.
Yeah, free ad for Giant Hard Tea. Giant. What's your rider? Let's get it set. Let's get your hospital set.
My rider? I think I'm most infamous for drinking Sprite at every show.
Okay.
I love Sprite. I don't know what it is. I'm going through a phase right now. I think it's turning into a Gatorade phase though. Okay. Like a blue Gatorade after a show is incredible to me. I don't think there's anything better than that. I try not to do too much with the rider, to be honest. Like usually we're just doing like cheese and crackers, like a fruit plate. Yeah. A bottle of tequila. And then if we can get some chips and some candy, I'll do that too. Okay. I really should be laying off a lot of the things that are on my rider as I'm saying them. I'm like everything I'm gonna say past here is gonna kill me. I'm just like Snickers, Sprite, all this stuff. A bunch of sugary shit, honestly. I don't really drink that much.
But you're hosting.
But I'm hosting, so you gotta get a little bit of something, a little bit of that, you know. Yeah, exactly. I'm hosting the party at this point. You know, it's a lot. It's especially with this group. It's a big crew. So you got to get it right. I ask for weed now, and that's city to city. But people actually give you weed. It's crazy. I always thought that was like super taboo. I grew up in a world where I got in trouble for smoking weed all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I still have guilt, deep guilt.
Yeah.
I'm in a venue. I'm like, you sure you don't want me to go outside? You cool? You cool? Like I'm worried for them. Like I know. I'm scarred though. I know these youngins got it good.
Yeah.
It
was different.
Yeah.
I sold weed for a little bit in high school. That was a big deal.
Yeah, like that's like that was like a felony.
And and it just wasn't. It was really looked as. It was very edgy.
It was very edgy.
Selling weed in '97.
and just in high school, not college.
Actually, I did sell a little bit in college. I was bad at it, man.
I was so bad at it.
I was really bad at it.
I'm too nice, and I smoked my own weed, so it's like I had all the things that make you bad at it.
But yeah, I sold weed there's one real. I didn't have maybe. Did I buy an ounce or a couple ounces in college, and then never read up, never ran back. Just one flip and that's it.
I think it's for the best, man.
It's for the best. Yeah. It's not my. Now I sell poison.
Yes, sir.
Well, in closing, please tell the record label to not copyright strike us for those songs we played earlier.
Oh, they won't care or notice. I think you're good.
Okay, I think the Google robots or somebody might strike us, but it'll
yeah,
be all right.
I would worry more about AI than people in my life.
You use AI?
Man, I really don't. I feel like I'm like behind. I mean, I guess there's some tools I've been using for studio stuff that are AI, like a mastering thing that's kind of AI based, I guess, that I'll use sometimes. But I don't like make beats with AI or anything like that. Not saying that it's wrong. I don't really particularly feel strongly that people should be using it or anything like that. I just think that people should also be getting credit.
Right.
For whatever work they're interpolating or whatever.
I use it sometimes for project, like just planning shit out. Like, hey, I got this idea, plan this shit out, and then it kind of helps on the project management side. That side of it is nice. Like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. I want to do these 4 things. Yeah. But
me and Kiefer started like a new project, a new band, and I was looking through band names. And it wasn't good. It doesn't work for me, man. I mean, I know a lot of people that like with engineering brain though, the shit works really well for them. And like, I feel like you're using it more than you're leading on right now. I feel like you use it a lot.
I use it a lot sometimes for ideation, and I'll pull, like I'll say, come up with, like for something like that, if I was trying to come up with a name for something, I'd be like, give me 100 of those, and then I'll tweak one.
Right.
But I don't use it to write stand-up.
Right.
I use it more for, hey, I did this event. I haven't done an event like that, an idea that it's come up with for this stuff.
Yeah.
For the club. But I do use it to try to just be like, hey, how do I help me not have my business die?
Yeah.
What's the next thing? Yeah, so for certain things where I'll it's good for this organization for me, for especially for this.
I hear you. I hear you. No, I feel like for music it hasn't fully crossed into my lane yet. Like there's a couple little things, but no, I'm not as afraid as a lot of my friends are as far as music is concerned. I'm worried about other shit, but music is chilling.
I don't think. I mean, I feel like it doesn't. I mean, I know they've snuck some stuff in where this is AI, but they presented it as, but people can feel it,
Yeah.
And shows are shows. Shows are shows. I think shows, nobody's gonna just stay in and listen to AI beats instead of going to a show. I don't think.
We all want to connect, man. We all want to connect, and I've been trying to, consciously over the last few years, try to turn my career from what was mostly like an internet thing into real life, into like, let's play in Minnesota, let's play all these places, let's see what happens, And I've been lucky like to do it with Kiefer and with Nate Smith and a few other people too, that kind of sneaking in some of my songs while we're there, and I can't wait to go back to all those places because that's what it's really all about for me. It's like connecting with people. So I'm not as worried about streaming and stuff in general. I'm looking forward to these shows, man.
Word.
I don't really care how the shit streams and all that. I just want people to be here. I want people to have a good time. So
yeah, it's gonna be a dope time. If you looking to tour more, it's a random. I won't call it random market, but a underserved market with a good venue. Missoula, Montana. If you're ever out west, that's a good add-on.
Damn.
Shout
out Montana.
Montana.
My parents love Montana.
It's this venue, the Wilma Theater.
Okay.
And they got University of Montana, but the energy is good. A lot of people don't go to Montana, so they be like, "Oh, this dope." That that might be one.
Yeah, I might have to check that out, man. That sounds dope.
Yeah, routes from Spokane and other Washington stuff for Portland.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping to next year do some traveling with with the band and maybe some smaller versions of it if we need to. But hit the town and tell people that there's new music out. So.
For sure, man. Thanks, dog.
Yeah, man.
For sure, man. Good talking with you.
Appreciate it,
Excited
bro.
for the show. Yeah.
From upstate New York. Cartoons.